What up, everyone? It's that time again. I'm doing another fight breakdown. This time I'm doing a very intense fight, back and forth action in between Big George Foreman and Lyle, two sluggers that go at it, that were in their primes. And it was the great thing about this was it was 1976 Ring Magazine Fight of the Year and 1976 round 4 and 5 round of the year. That's the first time I've ever, and I researched it a lot. That was the only year where there was 2 rounds that were round of the year, and it was in this fight. So this is going to be an action-packed fight between 2 knockout artists. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's break it down and see how it goes. All right, round number 1. You can see Lyle coming out. He was looking for that right hand to the body from George Foreman. You can see George Foreman bouncing on his toes. Lyle was bouncing around, trying to box. You can see this is not normal for George Foreman to see him in his prime bouncing around like this, moving around. You can see they're both cautious because they're both heavy-handed, especially Big George Foreman. He's got those heavy hands. So Lyle is just trying to stay light on his feet, box, jab, move around. George Foreman's just sitting there waiting for him. He's coming with a strong, hard jab. I think Lyle should keep doing what he's doing. Good, strong jab from Foreman. I think Lyle should keep doing what he's doing. Boxing, but I would say double up that jab. Head, body. Don't just look for the head. Shoot that jab to the body. And you can see Foreman's reaching. When Foreman tries to reach to catch that jab, he should feint and come around with a left hook. Come up with a left hook right hand. Both men are holding. Foreman working that hard jab, and I think he should double up with that jab. Come forward just a little bit, cut that ring off, and start working behind the heavy jab like that. Double up those heavy jabs to set up that big right hand. And Ron should do that. Work that body. Lyle should just keep working that body. When they get close, stay on the outside. He should be working his straight shots, but he shouldn't just be looking for one shot. He should be doubling up his jabs, looking for that right hand. 1-2s. Mixing it up, constantly trying to work that jab. Foreman should be trying to implement more strong jabs. And the moment he gets in, Lyle gets in, he ducks, lift him up with those uppercuts. And create space just like that. Good right hand to the body from Lyle. But he should have came up with a shot after that. I think he should have came up with a left hook. Don't get happy that you're just landing one. Land maybe 2 punches, 3, and then get out. Don't stand in front of him. Foreman needs to work that body as well. Slow down Lyle. Make him not want to move around. You can see that he's trying to extend his arm, blind Foreman, and see where he can't see punches, and Foreman's letting his hands go a little bit more now. He's getting confidence. You can see, ooh, good overhand right. That hurt Foreman. Good move for Lyle. Good uppercut from Foreman inside, but Lyle should be working that body and not let Foreman hold him. He should try to work that body and try to step out. Good body work. Good left hook. Good left hook. He should throw that left hook right hand. I'm talking about Lyle. So that was the end of the round. I give that round 10-9 Lyle. You can see Lyle, he was trying to box early on, move around, because he knows that Foreman has heavy hands in both hands. George Foreman, I don't know, he just seemed, I don't know if he wasn't interested or what. He was just staying right there, just waiting, sitting there. And he was countering with some good jabs and started letting his hands go. But I don't think he should be stiff like that, because you saw that overhand right that Lyle threw that hurt Foreman. And guess what? He started letting his hands go and hurt him real bad, and made what helped Lyle win that round. So I think Foreman should just be trying to move just a little bit, like have some rhythm, not just sit there stiff like this. I think that's what hurt him, and that's what I would tell him in the corner. But listen, George, don't stand stiff like this. Give a little bit of movement and work your jab more. Stiff jabs to help set that right hand up, and then when he gets inside the hold, uppercuts and hit that body. Slow him down where he doesn't want to use those legs. But I would check, make sure, are you good? You know, legs are good. Get back. Don't get reckless. He's looking for that overhand right. Keep that left hand up. If I was Lyle's corner, I'd be like, that was good. Great overhand right. Good. You know, you hurt him. The only thing is, when you're working on your toes, jabbing, don't just throw one jab. Double that jab up. Jab, head, body, body, head. And you can see Foreman tries to reach out like this. That's why I would say, go around with the left hook. Catch him with the left hook. Hit that right hand. Or, I would say, you heard him, hit him with that overhand right. But, don't sit there right inside with him when he's fresh. If he's hurt, then we get inside, let our hands. But if he's not, don't sit there. Tie him up or get back on the outside. But let's hop into round number 2 and see how that goes. Round number 2. See Lyle going for that, trying to go for that right hand to the body. Now he's trying to back Foreman up by working that jab. I think Foreman needs to be working hard, stiff jabs. Make Ron respect you, because Lyle, he doesn't respect. He's coming forward, letting his hands go. You see the confidence. You see in the first round, in the beginning, he was just moving around. Now he's coming, put that pressure on. I like how Foreman turned, but he needs to be working those hard jabs and letting that right hand go right away. He needs to start sitting on his punches to make Ron respect him. Lyle needs to be moving his head a little bit more. Not just walking in, because Foreman still has power and you can't be taking shots like that. But that's very good how Foreman is hitting and moving, hitting and turning. I like the jabs. I like the jab to the body. So Lyle needs to get back on his jab and then working that jab and even using his feet a little bit more, because I think he got overconfident, thinking he landed that overhand right. He thinks that he can just walk his way in. You still got to respect Foreman. He's a heavy-handed puncher. So good left hook, good flurry from Foreman. This is what I was saying. You can't just sit there and let Foreman take shots from Foreman. Lyle should slide out. He should slide out of there. He shouldn't be trying to sit there. You don't want to be against the ropes against a power puncher like Foreman. And then Foreman's doing good jabbing, but he should be jabbing and then trying to shoot a right hand or a hook to the body like that. That was a good right hand. Good right hand. Lyle needs to move his head. He shouldn't be sitting there taking right hands like that. Defense, small little movements like that. Roll and then slide out. He needs to use his feet. Tie up or use his feet and slide out. He can't just sit there and stay on the ropes, because Foreman's letting his hands go, and even if 2 or 3 shots go, you can see they had an intense stare down right there. But hold on, that's 10-9 Foreman. But even though Foreman may throw let's just say 6 punches, 2 of them land, he's still a heavy puncher where 2 will hurt a whole lot. Foreman is not a light puncher at all. Lyle should have just tried to roll, block, and then tie up, or roll and step out. He shouldn't be just sitting there rolling, just taking the shots, because that, like I said, you can't take shots like that from Foreman. That was a much better round from Foreman. And I can see Foreman, if you guys remember, he was normally a brawler that comes forward and just swings away. You can see that he's tightening up his combinations, where he's letting his hands go a lot faster and crisper. It's not wide looping shots like he's done before. And he's also, if you were paying attention, he was turning Lyle. He was turning him inside. So you can see this fight is after the Ali fight. So you can see that he has developed and learned from that Ali fight, and he has become a little bit crisper and sharper with his shots. But if I'm just saying that because that's one thing I've noticed. If I was in Foreman's corner, I'd be like, good, keep doing what you're doing. Work that jab and let your hands go. Don't sit there, wait for the guy. Keep letting your hands go behind. Hard, stiff jab and letting your combinations go. And when you're working, you're just throwing quick jabs like this. Shoot a right hand and then get back on your jabs like that. Or shoot a right hook to the body and then keep coming back. Or even come back with a hook and then back like that. Just to keep something in his face, because he's staying right there. And just start letting your hands go with that right hand. But don't get lazy. Don't let him come inside where he's shooting that overhand right, because that's what he's early on in the fight. That's what he early in the second round, he was looking for that overhand right. So I'm like, make sure you keep that hand up when he gets inside. Lift him up with an uppercut and then finish it with a hook. Take away that overhand right. If I was Lyle's corner, I'd be like, listen, work your jab, back on doubling that jab. Don't try to muscle. You got overconfident and thinking you can walk your way in and keep shooting that overhand right. Go back to boxing how you were doing in the first round. Box him, make him fall asleep, and then land that overhand right. And then guess what? Then we could put the pressure on. But when he's fresh and he's got his leg under, do not try to put the pressure, because he's going to let his hands go and tag you. And another thing, tie him up. Don't just sit there in the corner. Tie him up and get back in the middle of the ring. But let's hop into round number 3 and see how that goes. Round number 3. See, Foreman's coming out strong. He's ready. He's He's working his jab. Lyle should be trying to box and move. He shouldn't be trying to get on the inside with Foreman. Both Lyle's trying to hold. Lyle, he's trying to come forward. I think he should go back to trying to box like how he was doing. And Foreman needs to let those uppercuts go like he was and attack that body. Lyle, he should do the same as well. Try to work that body. But I think Lyle should try to box. He shouldn't be trying to brawl with Foreman. I don't think that's going to work out for him. Good right hand. You can see Foreman's trying to push Lyle back to create that distance so he can have room to punch, to shoot that straight right hand. The referee's, I think, telling him don't push. You can see Lyle is trying to cover Foreman's eye to blind him. Good right hands from Foreman. Pushes Lyle back. Good body work. You can see that hurt Lyle. And Foreman should go right back to the body. Work that body and then come back up top. Keep working that jab and give some space. He was smothering himself. He should have distance where he can shoot that long right hand. Lyle shouldn't be staying on the ropes. He should try to slide out to his left. He has an opening there. I think Foreman should be working his jab and then shooting the body. Lyle should be trying to move and slide out. Or if he's going to stay there, just roll and shoot that right hand. Foreman's open for the right hand. Hit him with a right hand left hook. He shouldn't be just staying there. It's the worst thing to do is be on the ropes with a puncher like Foreman. That was good right hand. But Lyle should move. Or you see how Foreman came? He had openings to slide out. He should not be trying to stay on the ropes. Like right now, he should slide out. See, Foreman stepping around. And I think Foreman should get back on the jab. Give him even hard jabs to the body. I don't know. Lyle's just, I don't know what he's trying to do. I guess he's trying to let Foreman punch and then try to counter off that. Good right hand. But he shouldn't be trying to sit on the ropes. Good defense. But he needs to counter. Lyle needs to counter off that defense. He rolled with those shots. But he needs to counter instead of trying to hold Foreman or blind him with that left hand. He should be trying to counter more with right hands and even come with a left hook right off that. Good left hook right hand combination from Foreman. Very good. So I gave that round 10-9 George Foreman. You can see he's letting his hands go. He's getting confident. He's landing harder shots. And Lyle in that round really wasn't punching. He was just letting Foreman outwork him and even get hit with a lot of shots. He was just trying to roll a lot. And I mean, he was catching him with right hands, letting that right hand go every once in a while off the roll, but it wasn't enough to keep Foreman off of him. And Foreman exactly had him where he wanted. He was in complete control in that round. If I was in Lyle's corner, I'd be like, listen, man, you can't go after him. You gotta box him. Box, work your jab, up, down, double jabs, triple jabs, and then to set up that right hand. You're catching Foreman with the right hand, but off the jab, use your jab. And then if he backs you up into a ropes, then you can roll, slip, block, whatever you want to do and counter with the right hand. But once you land the right hand, come back with a left hook right hand. But don't just stay there. Get out. Don't just take that punishment from Foreman laying in the corner. If I was Foreman, I'd be like, keep doing what you're doing. The only thing is that when you have him on the ropes, start shooting the hard jabs to the body. Because now he's trying to roll and he's been catching with right hand. So shoot hard jabs to the body, even double jabs, hard jabs to the body, and then come up with that right hand, finish with a left hook, and then get back outside. If he's still standing, touch him, and then shoot that hard right hand. Mix it up, constantly keep him guessing so he can't predict what you're going to do. But let's hop in round number 4 and see how that goes. Round number 4. Ron Lyle, he keeps trying to look for that right hand to the body right away. And Foreman has seen it every time. Foreman's just backing him, or he was catching Ron with jabs. Good overhand right from Lyle. So they're trying to work inside. Lyle's trying to hold. Foreman's letting his hands go. And he's pushing Lyle back. Good jab. See how the jab distracted Foreman and he was able to shoot that right hand? That's what I think Lyle should be trying to use, is that jab. But he should be boxing. He shouldn't be trying to pressure him. Good left hook. Good. And he's letting his hands go. I like that he's trying to let his hands go. He's pressuring, let his hands go, and he dropped Foreman. That was good. That was better. Because before he was pressuring, looking for one shot. He was pressuring, letting his hands go, and guess what? That helped drop Foreman. And so he's coming back. Foreman's holding. Lyle shouldn't let Foreman hold him. He should be trying to punch in there or push. The same way George Foreman was pushing him, he should push Foreman off. But he needs to let his hands go inside. He needs to work in there. Body shots, hit him with that overhand right. They're in close. He should be shooting that overhand right more. Even that short right hand. And then, yes, he needs to finish with a left hook after that. Foreman, good uppercuts inside for Foreman. Foreman should sit down on his punches too, and they're both exchanging hooks. Ooh, they're both, well, Foreman's squared up, but, oh, dang. He, dropped Lyle with a right hand. They both traded knockdowns. You can see Foreman just stood his ground and started swinging away. That was risky from Foreman squaring up like that, but you could see, like, he had to, because Lyle was coming out strong, and now both guys are they're trying to hold Foreman, trying to punch out of it, and that's what I like. Foreman stepping back and trying to let his hands go with uppercuts. Good right hand. Foreman should step around so he could be in the middle, so Lyle can't move. Now he keeps him on the ropes, and he should, yes, push him off. Lyle needs to get away from the ropes. He shouldn't be sitting there. He should be trying to hold. I like how Foreman was pulling down the gloves. And Foreman should try to work the body. He shouldn't be trying to headhunt so much. Good left hooks. I like how he changed the angle, and he's ripping those left hooks. Ooh, good left hook from Lyle. He caught Foreman. Good work from both guys. And Lyle should track that body and then come right back up top to the head. Foreman needs to move his head. He shouldn't be just standing right there. He needs to keep the hands up. He's just sitting there taking shots. Good right hand, and Foreman went down again. Because Foreman was standing too tall. He should have been having his hands up. He should have been, Foreman should have had his hands up. He was just standing right there, or, having his hands up where he could block, but he was standing right there, and Lyle caught him with that overhand right. This is a really great round. 2 knockdowns from Lyle and then 1 from George Foreman. I was originally going to put the round 10-10, but then that knockdown happened. I'm going to mark it 10-8 Ron Lyle, because first, it was a knockdown. They both knocked each other down. They both came back strong. So I thought it was an even round, but then that knockdown happened, and it caused, it felt me like that swung in Ron and Lyle's in his favor. And that was, so that's why I'm giving it 10-8. I think that's probably the best way to go, just because 2 knockdowns beats 1. But that was a really, really good round. If I was in Foreman's corner, I would tell him that, listen, man, don't neglect your defense. You're swinging away, but neglecting your defense. You're standing tall, and guess what? He's catching you and knocking you down, hurting you like that. I would like, keep your hands up and then turn him. He gets inside, turn him, let your hands go and turn him. Anytime he gets inside, turn him, or hold him. Don't just sit there tall. Keep those hands up and then work your shots, and then the hands come right back to your face. If I was in Lyle's corner, I would tell him, like, listen, go after him now. You hurt him. He's hurt. You dropped him twice, especially that he face planted on that last. I would like pressure him, but work your jab. Jab your way on the inside and then shoot that overhand right. And I would say push him off. If he tries to hold you, push him off and get back shooting your shots and keep looking for that overhand right. But once you land that overhand right, come back with a left hook. And don't neglect your defense. Don't get careless. Keep those hands up. Weave, slip anytime you punch. And don't just sit there and take shots. I want you rolling with the shots, weaving, and then go back after them. But I'd be like pressure, pressure, pressure. Overhand right, left hooks. That's what you look for. But let's hop into the 5th round and see how that goes. Round number 5. Ron goes back to shooting that right hand to body and finally lands, but it wasn't effective. But he's pressuring Foreman. Like I said, I think he should push Foreman off of him and then start looking for that overhand right. Foreman, he should be trying to shoot uppercuts and take steps back, or push Lyle back like that and shoot his 1-2s. But Lyle, he should be attacking the good uppercuts inside from Foreman. See, Foreman needs a little bit of room and he can let his hands go. I like how he keeps turning Lyle. That was good. Those are good moves. See, Foreman's trying to work that jab and keep him on the outside. Good left hook by Lyle. Good. He got another one. And, oh, he almost hurt. He almost dropped Foreman. Good uppercut inside. And then he should step around. I'm talking about Lyle. He should step around. He shouldn't let Foreman hold him like that. Foreman needs to let his hands go right there like that. Right hand. He needs to fully extend that right hand and sit down on it. And he should work the body if they're on the inside. Same thing with Lyle. He needs to work the body and then come up after that. That was good left hook. Good left hook for Foreman. Good. I think both guys should be moving their head. Both guys are neglecting defense, and you can see both guys are tired. They've been swinging with everything they've got with each other, and Foreman's trying to jab. Ooh, good right hand from both guys. Good left hook from Lyle. Good body shot. Lyle should keep working that body and then come back to the head right after that. Foreman, good uppercuts. Both guys should be working their uppercuts. Both guys, you gotta say, they got great chins. They're taking tremendous shots. Foreman's letting that right hand go, and he should keep shooting that right hand. That right hand's there for him. He needs to, I was gonna say Foreman needs to take a step back and then let his hands go. Work that body, work the body, and then come up top. Good right hand, but he should have space. I'm talking about Foreman. He should take a small step back where he can get full extension on that right hand. But right now he's letting that left hook go. Good right hand right there. See, good right hand. Lyle should be moving his head. He shouldn't be just staying there. He's out. You can see he was out on his feet, how he was hunched over. And I don't think he's beating that count. Yeah, he's not beating that count. That was a tremendous round. I see why both rounds. To me, round 4 was the better of the 2 rounds. But I see why that fight is, or this fight, they had 2 rounds for round of the year, because both fights were action packed, where both guys were swinging non-stop at each other, and this was truly like a slugfest. Both guys were going at it, but even though it was a slugfest, you did see George Foreman. He showed some new wrinkles in his game at this time, because like I said, this is after the Ali fight, because he was normally just swinging away. He was actually working his jab more. He was turning more. He was doing little things that I noticed differently, but this was still a great fight between 2 big punchers going at it, swinging with everything they had. Foreman had a better chin and had a little bit better conditioning than Lyle, and this was a tremendous fight. I really enjoyed this fight. I hope you guys enjoyed this fight. And if you guys notice, I've been putting on a little bit more exciting fights, because I want to give credit. I think we forget. We hear, you know, the mainstream media, supposedly boxing experts talk about a lot of great fights, but we kind of neglect the other great. I don't hear people talking on. This is my first time, real quick. This is my first time watching this fight, and to me, I was like, you know, I've heard stories, I've heard, you know, I've seen highlights of it. It's been a great fight, but no one really talks about this fight, and I think they should, because that was an exciting fight, and that's what I'm trying to do more, is give you guys more exciting fights that I think people neglect, that don't pay attention to, that it gets overshadowed by other great fights. But this was a tremendous fight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this fight. Did you guys enjoy this fight? Was it a back and forth? Did you think it was round of the year, fight of the year as well? Just little things like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed my fight breakdown. Also, check out my playlist here for other fight breakdown. Until next time, guys, make sure you subscribe. Until next time, this is El Casticador, and I'll see you.